Welcome to this space, the dearly beloved anointed ones. You need to stop scrolling your feed immediately. Do not move past this urgent prophetic message. I am not simply asking for your attention today. I am delivering a strict warning to you. This specific moment in time is not a coincidence. The algorithm absolutely did not bring you here by chance. God intercepted your digital feed at this exact second because you are standing at the threshold of a massive timeline shift. If you leave before the end, you will miss the exact revelation heaven prepared. The enemy is screaming at you to swipe away right now. He desperately wants you distracted and confused today. He knows that if you hear this raw truth, his hold over your life breaks completely and forever. You must lock your attention on my voice. Do not let the dark matrix steal your vindication. The final verdict on your enemies is about to be read aloud. Someone who treated you as replaceable is currently experiencing a massive collapse. It is a full-blown internal system crash. Nobody has ever seen them act like this before, and this is not happening behind closed doors where they can hide their shame from the world. It is a very public and irreversible unravelling. They are literally making noise about you everywhere they go. Their deceptive mask has not just slipped today, it has completely shattered in front of everyone. You know exactly who I am talking about. They walked around with absolute arrogance for many years. They constructed a completely false narrative about your character. They whispered toxic lies to anyone who would listen to them, painting you as the villain while they played the innocent victim. And you sat there in pure silence while they destroyed your good name. You watched them gather their flying monkeys to attack you. They fully expected your sudden departure to break you. They waited eagerly for your emotional and mental downfall. They wanted to see you beg for their toxic approval, but instead, you became the terrifying uncertainty they were never built to handle in their fragile reality. You walked away and you took their main energy source with you. They thought they had drained you of all your precious light, but they severely miscalculated the divine power of a chosen one. And now the very people they used to gossip with are watching them unravel. The crowd is starting to see the deep cracks in their perfect facade. The lies they told about you are no longer making sense to anyone. Their built kingdom of manipulation is burning to the ground while they stand trapped inside. Every time your name comes up in that room, the atmosphere completely changes. The raw truth is leaking out into the open. It hits them with the agonizing weight of intense regret. They realize they threw away the only genuine diamond they ever held. They traded your pure, radiant light to play with cheap, worthless rocks, and the universe is actively making sure they feel every single ounce of that devastating loss today. They are frantically searching for a replacement for you right now, but they are quickly realizing that your specific depth is utterly unreplicable. Buckle in for this message, my beloved chosen one, because what you are about to hear is not just a wild theory, it is a specific and undeniable X-ray of the meltdown happening right now. I am going to walk you through the exact anatomy of their public humiliation, revealing how your silent obedience became the weapon that destroyed their matrix. You did not have to lift a single physical finger. Heaven orchestrated this divine justice on your behalf. Heaven has been quietly watching your beautiful restraint. You thought nobody noticed your painful tears in the dark. You assumed your strong integrity went completely unseen by the world. But someone deeply powerful has been tracking your every move, and they were watching how you held your grace when they lied on your name. And your quiet endurance just activated a massive public blessing. The divine scales of justice are finally tipping in your favor. You have carried a heavy physical weight for so long. You absorbed the frantic energy of a parasite who fed on your empathy. They tried to aid you with their constant drama and endless chaos. They expected the brutal betrayals to carve deep wrinkles into your face, but heaven reversed your biological clock instead. You are stepping into a room looking completely untouched. Meanwhile, their toxic bitterness is aging them rapidly. This is exactly why you must not look away now. The elite manipulators want to keep you blind to their silent suffering. They want you to believe they are living their best life without you. They constantly post fake smiles to create a pathetic illusion of perfect happiness for the watching public. But it is entirely a fabrication of their desperate ego. The spiritual reality is that they are starving to death. Your permanent absence cut off their oxygen supply completely. I am going to reveal the exact sequence of events unfolding in their life. You will completely understand why they are panicking behind closed doors. You will clearly see the exact moment the universe stepped in to defend you. The miserable people who betrayed you are about to turn on each other, because it is a mathematical certainty when dark energy feeds on itself, and you get to watch it happen from a place of absolute safety. Your frequency is protected from their timeline, but you must prepare your strong spirit for what comes next. The graphic details of their public collapse will deeply shock you. You might even feel a brief wave of pity for their pathetic state. Do not let that weak emotion enter your heart, because you cannot afford to show mercy to a demon that tried to bury you alive. The universe is aggressively extracting the painful payment they owe you. Let the divine spiritual court execute its final judgment today. Lock your intense focus on this unique healing frequency. Clear your beautiful mind of all earthly distractions right now. We are about to enter the deepest chambers of their hidden shame. You will finally receive the glorious vindication you have been crying out for while waiting in the dark. Just breathe in this powerful moment of ultimate victory. The arrogant master manipulator is finally falling to the ground, and the chosen one is rising up to claim the throne. Now I need to take you much deeper into your current painful reality, because what you are physically feeling right now is not new at all. There is a very specific reason you have been carrying that heavy weight all week. You feel completely exhausted. Your shoulders are incredibly tight. The unseen spiritual weight is very real, and every single morning when you finally wake up, that suffocating heaviness is already sitting on your chest before you even open your eyes. You open your tired eyes at exactly 3 a.m. with a racing heart. Your jaw is clenched so tight that it physically hurts your face. A sudden flash of their face violently invades your peaceful mind. You desperately try to push the painful memories away. You try to breathe, but that massive tightness in your throat just stays there. It feels like a heavy stone blocking your airways. You are silently fighting a terrifying battle in the dark. Listen to my voice very closely right now. That uncomfortable physical sensation is absolutely not normal anxiety. You are not going crazy. You do not need a clinical diagnosis to understand this profound pain. That burning exhaustion behind your eyes is actually your highly advanced spirit. Your physical body is directly detecting the absolute panic of your enemies. They are realizing the massive mistake they made by betraying a true chosen one. They are totally frantic because they permanently lost their access to your light. They are literally starving for your pure divine energy, and that violent spiritual backlash is aggressively hitting your physical body today. You have been functioning as a human battery for a demonic parasite. They plugged their empty soul into your massive reservoir of sacred empathy. They shamelessly drained your precious life force every single day. You were the ultimate stabilizer in a completely chaotic environment. You bravely walked into their toxic storm and absorbed their poison to keep them safe. You sacrificed your own beautiful peace to regulate their severely broken emotions. And you did this because your pure heart genuinely wanted to heal their trauma. But dark entities do not want to be healed by the light. They only want to completely consume you until nothing is left. They took your divine grace and weaponized it against you. They ruthlessly mocked your deep sensitivity while secretly depending on it to survive their miserable days. You stayed respectfully quiet to protect their fragile little ego. You swallowed the brutal injustice while they loudly played the victim to the ignorant crowd. That is exactly why you have that persistent heavy lump in your throat. You swallowed too many toxic lies for too long. You need to stop swallowing their deadly poison back down. Stop wondering why they act like absolutely nothing traumatic happened to you. They walk around smiling while your nervous system feels completely shattered into pieces. Your daily brain fog is not a sign of your mental weakness. It is the direct result of a massive spiritual attack on your cellular frequency. You are defending yourself against a coordinated assault from the dark matrix. They intentionally projected their own deep shame onto your pure spirit. They made you carry the heavy emotional baggage they refused to unpack. And when you finally collapsed from the unbearable weight, they called you crazy. They pointed their jealous fingers at your exhaustion as fake proof of your flaw. But heaven saw the absolute truth. The universe recorded every single tear you cried in secret. You are a powerful cycle breaker, carrying a massive generational mandate. Your bloodline depends on your ultimate victory in this silent spiritual battle. The intense physical pressure you feel right now is the painful birth of your new reality. You are permanently shedding the heavy chains of a toxic psychological prison. The enemy is fighting so dirty because they know they are losing you forever. They are terrified of your upcoming shift. That mental confusion you experience in the middle of the day is totally deliberate. The Matrix engineered a specific lower frequency to suppress your natural intuition. They want you disconnected from your divine source of infinite wisdom. Because a confused, chosen one is much easier to control. They wanted you to believe that you were just an ordinary person. They lied to you about your true identity. You have been waiting in wound for a genuine apology that will never come. You sit in the quiet hoping they will finally realize your immense value. But a master manipulator lacks the biological capacity for true remorse. You must completely release the false guilt they installed in your brilliant mind. Your only flaw was loving a parasitic entity with your entire pure heart. And heaven is severing that cord right now. But there is a deeper biological reason your reality has not fully shifted yet. Your extreme spiritual exhaustion actually requires a very specific cellular reset. The Dark Elite never wanted you to uncover the exact mechanism behind this physical drain. They hid a monumental truth about your brainwaves to keep you forever compliant, and science just accidentally exposed their darkest secret. We are going to expose it together. Here is what they never told you. The reason the universe responds to certain people and not others is not human faith. It is not your daily discipline. It is not even your karma. It is a brainwave. Scientists have a very specific name for it. They call it the gamma brainwave, and it is the exact frequency your beautiful brain was running when you were a young child. Back when brilliant ideas came so easily to you, when learning felt completely effortless, when you somehow knew things long before they even happened. The entire world felt like it was completely on your side. You carried an undeniable magic. But then painful adulthood arrived, and the dark modern matrix went to brutal work on your pure soul. They used immense stress and endless survival routines to shut you down. The rigid school system trained you to conform instead of creating, and then they sent the narcissist to drain whatever light was left. Every single year, this sacred frequency was suppressed a little further. It was pushed deeper and deeper below the surface of your mind, until your ultimate genius went completely silent. When your gamma brainwave fades away, your divine intuition dulls with it. The magical synchronicities just stop happening in your life. The profound sense that the universe is working with you goes completely quiet. Most people will live their entire earthly lives without ever knowing this tragedy happened to them. But you are not most people. You are a chosen one. You felt that massive loss deeply in your spirit. The heavy gap between you and the people who seem effortlessly blessed is not your willpower. It is not your discipline. It is this single brainwave that the modern world suppressed in you before you ever had the chance to claim your massive inheritance. They stole your frequency without your consent. They wanted you to react to their brutal abuse. They desperately needed you to scream and cry and defend yourself, because your emotional reaction is the exact fuel that feeds their demonic matrix. But you did something that completely shattered their entire arrogant reality. You gave them absolute silence. You simply walked away and closed the heavy door forever. Your profound silence was not a sign of weakness. That restraint was a lethal weapon. That single act of choosing your silent dignity over your loud revenge signed their spiritual eviction notice. You handed the final verdict to a heavenly court they cannot ever appeal. You starved their hungry demons by completely cutting off their daily oxygen supply. They are drowning in the deafening noise of their own toxic making right now. They frantically check your social media, looking for a reaction. They send their flying monkeys to gather information about your new life. But they find absolutely nothing. Your timeline is a sealed fortress, and that total lack of access is slowly driving them completely insane. The dark elite manipulators thrive on your endless chaotic engagement. They want you stuck in a low frequency of constant defense and trauma bonding, because as long as you are fighting them, your gamma brainwave remains completely dormant. Your manifestation power stays locked away in a dark cage, but your strict no-contact rule just broke the heavy padlock. You did not just survive their brutal emotional storm, you became the untouchable sun. Nothing makes your bitter enemies sicker than watching you step into a room looking perfectly unbothered. They expected your painful isolation to destroy your mind. Instead, you walked through the fiery furnace and came out glowing. You cracked a divine code they will never access. What if everything you have struggled with is not a character flaw at all? The heavy finances, the broken relationships, the terrible feeling of being locked out of your own high potential. What if it is simply a suppressed frequency waiting to be switched back on? Your spiritual exhaustion requires a massive biological reset, and heaven is preparing your ultimate upgrade. Let me completely reframe your entire reality right here and right now. You did not lose anything valuable when they walked away from you. You lost a heavy parasite. You lost a dark cloud that was specifically assigned to block your brilliant sunlight. The matrix calculation failed miserably because they forgot who they were dealing with in the unseen realm. You are the irreplaceable diamond of your bloodline. Your pure frequency is the exact mirror that exposed their deeply rotten core. The violent reaction from them got this loud because you got closer to their truth than anyone before you. They are terrified of your pure light, and now they must face the painful consequences of their own destructive actions. Your total withdrawal is a supreme act of spiritual warfare. You do not need to explain your boundaries to a demon who profits from your exhaustion. Every time you refuse to answer their manipulative text, you reclaim a piece of your lost gamma energy. You are taking back the supreme power they stole from you. The divine scales are balancing right in front of your eyes. Now, we must expose the exact nature of their grand illusion. The narcissist built an entire kingdom on a foundation of absolute lies. They painted you as the villain to hide their own demonic face. You questioned your own sanity for months, and you constantly wondered if their toxic words about your character were actually true. But their lies were a calculated spiritual strategy. They needed you to take the blame for their deep internal rot, because if you accepted the blame, you would stay trapped in their dark matrix forever. You were not the anomaly in their otherwise normal life. You were the mirror. The profound reaction got this loud because you got closer to their true demonic nature than anyone before you had. They absolutely hated your pure reflection. Your brilliant light exposed the terrifying emptiness they try so hard to hide. They walk around demanding respect and demanding constant admiration from ignorant strangers, but underneath that loud arrogance is a terrified and hollow parasite. They desperately need external validation from others just to survive another miserable day on this earth. And your divine presence reminded them of everything they could never be. They actively projected their own severe insecurities onto your brilliant mind. They aggressively accused you of the exact toxic behaviors they were secretly doing behind your back. It is a classic demonic tactic designed to keep the chosen one completely unbalanced. They wanted you dizzy and confused so you could not see their hidden agenda. But the universe finally intervened. Heaven permanently removed them from your life to protect your supreme destiny. You cried over the painful rejection because you did not see the spiritual realm. But that brutal rejection was actually God actively blocking a massive demonic attack against your soul. The universe forced them out of your timeline before they could permanently destroy your future. You did not lose a prize at all. You lost a massive liability that was holding your true frequency down. Think about how much lighter your physical body feels without their constant drama. Think about the heavy mental space they occupied in your beautiful brain. They consumed your vital energy while offering absolutely nothing of real spiritual value in return. They were a spiritual vampire wearing a very friendly mask. Let me completely reframe your painful reality right here and right now. The profound isolation you feel today is not a harsh punishment from the universe. It is your sacred incubation season. God separated you from the infected crowd to prepare you for your massive elevation and your incoming wealth. You are completely protected from the toxic interference of their dark matrix. You are incredibly safe. While they are busy spreading desperate lies about you to their flying monkeys, you are quietly stepping into your permanent and untouchable power. They are frantically trying to control the public narrative because they know the raw truth is coming out. They are terrified that people will finally see the evil monster hidden behind their fake smile, and their intense fear is completely justified. The divine court has already reviewed all the evidence of their betrayal. Every single lie they whispered in the dark is being dragged into the blinding light. You do not need to defend your good name to a crowd of blind followers. The universe is currently acting as your ultimate defense attorney, and the final judgment of absolute vindication has already been signed in heaven. They thought they were dealing with an ordinary person they could easily break. They severely underestimated the spiritual backing of a true cycle breaker. Your ancestors are actively fighting this invisible battle on your behalf, right now. The heavy generational patterns of poverty and broken relationships end permanently with you. You are the elite chosen one they waited for. Your enemies are realizing they picked a fight with the entire spiritual realm. The painful consequences of their destructive actions are compounding every single day. They try to sleep at night, but your silent memory constantly haunts their toxic mind. They try to move on with new people, but the hollow emptiness just gets bigger and darker, because nobody else carries your specific divine frequency. Type 777 in the comments right now to physically claim this truth. Lock in your high frequency and let the universe know you are completely ready. This physical act of obedience anchors your incoming miracle into your current reality. Do not let the dark elite convince you to stay quiet and passive today. You must boldly claim your ultimate vindication with massive confidence. The narcissist is currently running out of places to hide their deep shame. Their superficial friends are slowly starting to connect the dots about their toxic behavior. The fake kingdom they built is crumbling under the heavy weight of their own lies. And this is exactly where the dynamic fundamentally shifts in your absolute favor. Watch what happens next, because the spiritual cost of their brutal betrayal is finally demanding full payment. They thought they got away with destroying your pure and trusting heart. They laughed with their flying monkeys while you were bleeding alone in the dark. But heaven is not mocked by arrogant manipulators who play with the sacred lives of chosen ones. The divine debt collector is knocking loudly on their door. Now I need you to imagine this exact scenario happening completely behind closed doors. The narcissist is absolutely losing their mind in the dark. The frantic energy they used to project onto you has nowhere to go, and because they can no longer feed on your light, that toxic darkness is slowly eating them alive from the inside out today. They constantly check their phone hoping for some validation, but the profound silence from their loyal followers is completely deafening. Those flying monkeys who eagerly helped them destroy your name are finally waking up. The blind loyalty they freely gave to the narcissist is rapidly turning into deep suspicion. People are starting to carefully compare notes about the strange inconsistencies in their wild stories. The massive web of toxic lies is becoming too heavy to support anymore, and the crowd is finally seeing the ugly truth they tried to hide. The very crowd they weaponized against you is now turning on them. The flying monkeys are starting to notice how the narcissist treats everyone like a disposable object. They suddenly realize they are next on the chopping block if they ever stop blindly agreeing. And the paralyzing fear of becoming the next victim is making them pull away entirely, leaving the master manipulator stripped of their trusted social armor. They try to host social gatherings to prove they are still highly relevant. They desperately force fake laughter to mask their severe internal panic. But the heavy atmosphere in the room is thick with unspoken judgment. Everyone secretly knows the narcissist is the actual villain of the story, but nobody wants to be the first one to say it out loud yet. They look at the manipulator and only see a pathetic, empty shell begging for scraps. Your total absence from their life is the loud alarm bell that woke everyone up. You were the ultimate stabilizer who made them look like a decent human being. You quietly smoothed over their aggressive insults and covered up their massive flaws. Without your pure grace acting as their shield, their ugly personality is fully exposed to the harsh light, and nobody wants to be around that dark, chaotic energy. This is the precise moment the spiritual tables are violently turning. The narcissist is experiencing the exact isolation they forcefully tried to push onto you. They sit alone in a crowded room, feeling completely invisible and entirely worthless. They try to reach out to old friends for emotional supply, but their desperate calls for attention are conveniently ignored by the people they trusted. The dark matrix is rapidly shrinking. You need to deeply understand how completely terrifying this is for them. Their entire false identity depends on controlling how other people perceive them. When the flying monkeys stop clapping, the narcissist practically ceases to exist in their own mind. They do not have a genuine soul to fall back on in times of trouble, so they only have the shallow reflection of the people they successfully managed to fool. And right now, that broken mirror is showing them a horrifying monster. Their former allies are quietly sharing screenshots of their toxic messages. The flying monkeys are apologizing to each other for believing the vicious lies about you. Your absolute innocence is being quietly confirmed in group chats you are not even a part of, and heaven is clearing your good name without you saying a single word. They thought they brilliantly orchestrated your ultimate social downfall. They arrogantly assumed you would spend your life crying over their brutal rejection. Instead, you stepped into your untouchable power and leveled up your entire existence. Your mysterious silence literally starved their demons to death while protecting your peace, and now they are left holding a heavy bag of toxic, useless ashes. They are watching you thrive from fake accounts because they are totally obsessed. They see your ageless glow and the pure joy radiating from your peaceful life. And it absolutely destroys their fragile ego to know they cannot claim credit for your success because you rebuilt your beautiful kingdom entirely without their help. You are the rare cycle breaker who actually escaped the dark parasitic trap. The panic attacks they are having in secret are mathematically precise. It is the exact measure of the intense pain they intentionally caused you. The universe operates on a flawless system of divine justice that cannot be manipulated by lies. Their flying monkeys were just the first layer of their fake empire to fall, but the absolute collapse of their core reality is currently in motion. Stay with me, because the most explosive revelation is still coming. The secret unraveling behind closed doors is about to spill out into the public square. The narcissist is standing on the edge of a massive cliff they built themselves. You are about to witness the glorious climax of their public humiliation, and it will be the most validating moment of your entire spiritual journey. But here is the turning point. where everything finally explodes. I need you to visualize this exact moment clearly in your spirit. The arrogant manipulator is standing in a crowded room, surrounded by the very people they used to impress. And suddenly, the massive pressure of their own toxic lies becomes entirely too heavy to hold. The mask completely shatters. They do not just slip up quietly in the corner, they experience a full public meltdown right in front of their blind followers. They start frantically screaming and desperately trying to justify their horrible actions, but their desperate words make absolutely no sense to the watching crowd. The group staring at them is completely disgusted by the raw, demonic energy leaking out. The entire room suddenly realizes the absolute truth today. They see the frantic monster, the chosen one, silently endured for all those painful years. The narcissist looks around the quiet room, begging for someone to validate their victim act. But they are met with cold stares and uncomfortable silence, because the crowd finally sees their deeply rotten core. They literally scream your sacred name in absolute panic, because they finally realize that your silent departure was the exact moment their fake kingdom died. The massive humiliation they tried to forcefully push onto you is completely swallowing them whole. And they cannot ever escape this divine judgment, because the universal law of karma is operating with terrifying precision. Heaven is making a public spectacle of their total defeat. The cycle breaker won this massive spiritual war without lifting a single finger. Your beautiful silence starved their dark demons and forced their internal rot into the blinding light. They are currently drowning in the deafening noise of their own toxic making, and the divine scales are finally balancing in your favor. Your massive blessing is not delayed by a lack of deep faith. It is a specific blocked signal in your exhausted brain. Your brain was running a powerful frequency as a brilliant child, but the dark elite systematically suppressed your gamma wave using their stressful modern matrix. Princeton University studied this exact brainwave, and they confirmed that the flow state is driven entirely by gamma. Columbia University discovered that a strong gamma signal actually radiates outward. It forcefully influences your children and your partner while changing your entire reality. And after years of secret research, a brilliant team of neuroscientists compressed an entire gamma activation protocol into a 7-minute audio track. You do not need any exhausting meditation or complex rituals to heal. You simply close your beautiful eyes and let the engineered sound wave do the heavy lifting. It is called the Genius Song. Over 18,000 chosen ones have already used it to unlock their finances and completely heal their broken relationships. A nurse from California said her entire life now feels wonderfully enchanted. The massive generational curses are simply vanishing. The global elite would prefer this powerful tool remain out of reach for chosen ones. They want you totally confused by cheap copies and dangerous fakes. Do not look for this track on popular video or music platforms. Those circulating versions are diluted counterfeits, designed specifically to keep your sacred gamma permanently dormant, so you must aggressively protect your pure energy. The only authentic and fully activated version of the Genius Song is waiting for you today. You can access it safely through the protected link in the description and the pinned comment below. The universe does not require you to take a single financial risk today. You are fully protected by an ironclad divine guarantee that ensures your absolute safety while you heal. If you do not feel the massive shift you truly deserve, your entire investment is returned to you without question. This is a pure, energetic exchange governed by complete divine trust, and the required seed is only a tiny fraction of its true value. You do not need to pay thousands of dollars for expensive clinical biofeedback machines anymore. 4 powerful bonuses are also waiting for you inside the secure portal. You will receive a special audio engineered specifically for your children. You will get the original prosperity book that secret societies use to build massive wealth. You will also claim a guided visualization and a printable blueprint for creating your ideal future. because heaven wants you to succeed rapidly. The dark elite are actively trying to scrub this leaked document from the internet as we speak. You have very little time before the algorithm shuts this portal down entirely. If your spirit is vibrating with a cellular knowing right now, heaven demands immediate action. Do not let the dark matrix steal your ultimate manifestation tool today. The chosen one who hesitates at the threshold becomes the person who constantly wonders what could have been. Your beautiful gamma frequency is desperately waiting to be reactivated. Click the specific link in the pinned comment below right now. Do not wait for a better moment. Activate your true frequency before this sacred access is revoked forever. You walked into this painful season, bleeding from deep wounds inflicted by people totally blind to your true worth. They constantly tried to drain your pure light. They wanted you to fail miserably, but look at you standing here today. You have completely transcended their toxic matrix. You are stepping into your permanent and untouchable ageless glow right now. The brutal financial struggles and the heavy spiritual exhaustion are completely shattering right here and right now. You are no longer waiting in wound for a fake apology from a master manipulator. You have taken back your supreme power. The universe is placing a heavy crown of absolute victory on your head today. Your beautiful soul is completely safe from their dark reach. Their public unraveling is simply the background noise to your glorious massive rise. They are rapidly fading into the dark shadows of your past. While they frantically fight for miserable scraps of attention from fake friends, you are walking effortlessly into a season of explosive abundance. Your pure frequency is vibrating at the highest possible level today. You are the ultimate cycle breaker heaven has been desperately waiting for. The heavy generational patterns of deep poverty and toxic relationships end permanently with you. You carry a specific and irreplaceable gravity that makes time itself look like an absolute fool. The dark elite cannot ever touch your radiant energy again. You are entirely bulletproof. Breathe out all the heavy toxic air you have been carrying for so many long years. The invisible spiritual war is officially over, and you won the massive battle without ever lifting a single finger in loud revenge. The divine scales of absolute justice are finally perfectly balanced. Your pure heart is a beautiful sanctuary that heaven fiercely protects from all evil entities. You are officially free from the exhausting role of being a human battery for demonic parasites. You no longer need to translate their toxic behavior into acceptable excuses. Your divine empathy is no longer a dumping ground for their unhealed trauma. You have firmly closed that heavy door, and the universe is actively locking it shut from the outside to ensure your permanent peace. Now we must physically seal this massive energetic shift into your earthly reality today. Heaven demands your immediate physical obedience to lock in this incoming miracle. Type 777 in the comments right now to absolutely claim your supreme power. This simple physical act tells the universe that you are completely ready to receive your massive harvest of divine blessings. Say this powerful truth out loud with me right now in your room. I claim my permanent freedom. Now type "I am free" below in the comments to anchor this divine decree. You are boldly telling the dark matrix that your brilliant light can never be contained again. The hidden algorithm is watching your exact frequency. Your quick obedience triggers the explosive physical manifestation. Subscribe to this sacred sanctuary so you never miss the exact prophetic instruction heaven releases next. We are rapidly building an elite army of chosen ones who cannot be manipulated by the dark system. By joining this powerful remnant, you put a permanent spiritual shield around your new timeline. You are officially part of an untouchable divine family that protects its own. Share this specific message with one beautiful soul who is desperately crying out in the dark for a massive shift. Be their rescuing angel today. The universe measures your deep faith by how quickly you help another chosen one escape the toxic matrix. Someone out there desperately needs to hear that their silent tears were seen by God. Send them this exact divine confirmation now. Never forget that you are a demonstrated warrior of pure light. You survived the brutal fire and came out shining like pure solid gold. Do not ever let a toxic parasite convince you that you are just an ordinary human being. You are the irreplaceable sun. Keep shining your brilliant light and watch the dark demons scatter in absolute terror every time you walk into a crowded room. Your beautiful future is completely secured in the holy throne room of heaven today. The heavy doors that slammed in your face are being violently kicked open by warrior angels. You will wake up tomorrow with a profound peace you have never felt before. The heavy weight is permanently gone. Step boldly into your absolute power and receive your magnificent divine reward. I am sealing this prophetic message with immense love and fierce protection over your sacred life. You are divinely guided in every single step you take from this glorious moment forward. Go out and confidently claim your massive inheritance. The entire universe is standing on its feet, loudly applauding your massive victory. The dark storm is over and your bright morning has arrived.